Hey, it's only two dudes out here. What are you so far away from me for?
Give the people what they want to see.
I'm pretty sure most people listen only and not watch.
I would imagine
for a reason.
that probably 98% of our listeners only listen to us. Yes.
That's okay. We do it for the gram. Yeah. Pretty nice night. Pretty excited. We've had a string of what? I feel like it's been 2 weeks, but it definitely has probably only been like 5 days of 20-degree weather in the morning.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I was like bracing myself for impact, filming this out in the garage this week, and I'm pretty excited. It's like 49, 50 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Not so bad.
This cold weather has not been good to my skin, bro. It's well, long story, I'll make it short. But essentially, like, all the holidays, I tell you guys, I was irresponsible during the holidays with my diet, as most folks are. But I went on like a 3-week bender with sweets, like everything from patients bringing me stuff and friends and leftover Christmas party stuff. And
are we talking like one a day, maybe like a couple times a day, small doses?
we're talking like during the workday, maybe having like, a cookie or a candy, nothing crazy there. But I never do that. But then at night, like post dinner, kids in bed, like, well, it's here. We got to eat it. And like, I'm hitting big slices of cake and I'm hitting, 3 cookies. I'm hitting
That sounds
ice cream from Charlotte's birthday.
so lovely right now.
It does. Yeah. So here's the thing, like, your skin reacts a lot to what you put in your body. Now there's a ton of external factors with skin, of course. And then there's, obviously weather, like gets dry and that kind of thing. But, I've had, eczema off and on most of my life. And, the combination, I think, of all those refined sugars, everything, and then cold. And I'm one of those guys, if I don't moisturize for a couple of days, like my skin pays for it. It's just the fact of reality for me.
Nice.
I'm making myself sound super cool right now, but
he is the manliest one here.
That's right.
That's right.
But dude, I had like this insane like exacerbation, of like basically like on both legs, from knees down.
Oh wow,
it was
spread
bad, man. It was bad, and it just like burned and stung and the itching. Man, you try to be strong and not, and then finally you break, and it just feels so good to scratch that.
Someday when you're telling your kids, don't scratch it, you're gonna be like, I understand
so badly, and I literally like just had to essentially like nurse it back to health day by day by day. Like I cut out anything and everything bad, and then I haven't had a sweet since the new year, except for the one piece of wedding cake I had this past weekend, and I'm good now. I'm like 95% healed. Good. Praise God.
Good.
And I'm like,
who's the patron saint of skin prompts?
I am going to find that out.
There's got to be
during this podcast.
Saint Bonaventure is the patron saint of bowel issues.
Right.
So there's got to be
Saint
something.
Blaise for neck issues.
Yep.
And let's see. We're going to find out. But I am determined to never, ever, ever let that happen again. It's Saint Bartholomew, the apostle. Bartholomew. Well,
that was a Spaceballs reference. If you didn't,
wasn't. I think he was flayed. That was his martyrdom, which would make sense because that's your skin. So yeah, that's easily the worst one. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Saint Bartholomew. So definitely need to.
That's a name that kind of fell off. Bartholomew.
Definitely, I have never met, and I probably will never meet a Bartholomew. No,
it'll come back.
It will. Yeah, we're gonna recycle it.
I'm super excited to welcome you back into town, though. Look, guys, Alex and his beautiful wife braved the open road for what is usually a 5.5-hour drive. That took a little bit longer than that with 3 kiddos. The occasional noise in the back.
Occasional.
But proud of you both for being there. Congratulations to Alex's sister and her new husband.
Julie and Matt, we love you. Y'all got it done. It was beautiful. And I think Charlotte had the best night of her life at that reception.
I'll bet, man. She looked great. throwing out those flowers. I think Tess was talking to your wife, said she was the outside of your sister,
Oh yeah,
was the star on the dance floor.
100%.
So
Yep,
that makes
it
sense.
was awesome.
It's pretty great.
It was, dude. To finish up real quick, I have to tell you, like, it's so interesting though. Now that I'm not eating any of that stuff, you just like see it everywhere and crave it. You know what I
Naturally.
mean? Naturally, isn't it so interesting? Do you know what I mean when I'm talking about that though? Like
I do.
wanting it, kind of.
So I get the same. If my wife Tess makes anything or bakes anything,
Mhm.
it's like I'm gonna have dessert every night.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't. I could, but I just choose not to have the self
I
control to just say, you know what, I had a brownie last night. I shouldn't have it for the second or third night in a row. I'm gonna do it. And the older I get, the more that usually leads into like either two brownies or I'm cutting one big chunk.
yeah, that's me
And then I get it a lot when I'm trying to fast though.
for sure.
So like related, unrelated, whatever, I do my best I have some scrambled eggs in the morning. I don't really eat until I get home, and I try to have like an apple and peanut butter, maybe some cottage cheese, something with good protein, and then
Oh
wait
yeah,
till dinner.
exactly.
But wouldn't you know, it's like the few days where like those hunger pangs are really hitting you. It's like, oh, our parents brought in Chick-fil-A for lunch, or we have a taco bar set up, or we've got snacks and this and that. So
Delish.
it just always appears at the wrong time. But yeah,
Yeah,
we've got to be stronger.
do.
We have a race to prepare for that
Exactly.
I feel so grossly underprepared for right now. It's wild.
You go do it right now. Right now.
Oh, I could do it, and I don't know if I could beat my time from the summer, but I would break 2 hours, but I want to do a little bit better than that. I don't want you to smoke me, is what it
No,
really
you're gonna
is.
have to
So
leave me. I promise you. It's gonna
not
be all
gonna
right.
happen.
You're gonna have to leave me. We'll find out, folks. We'll keep you posted on that one.
Yeah.
Mm. It's funny when I do my Friday fast, since I haven't really eaten like substantial meals, I don't crave the sweets much because I know I just want the protein, which
Mhm.
helps. But man, when you're eating normally, you're walking by mods at work and it's just sitting out, and you're like, and I don't like wanting it. You know what I mean? I think anybody listening can probably get that. The little bits of gluttony and wants of the world. Being tempted by that. But I will say, I also, it's some weird sadistic way, enjoy I enjoy the fight, the struggle. You know what I mean?
You're a weird
I
cat.
am. I'm a weird cat, bro. Because I'm like, oh, I
I don't like
love
the
it.
fight
But
whatsoever.
also, it's like, it's purifying, I think. I think it's good for me. I know it's good for me.
Okay,
So
I
that's a
will
good thing.
agree with you in that sense. But that fight, like, it tears me apart. I'm a food person. I think my whole family would kind of agree. Like, we, praise God, we're able to like sit around the dinner table as a family quite often as kids. Very, very, very many memories of birthdays, family parties, random nights on a Tuesday that we just got together and we're able to have dinner together. But like delicious, maybe not so good for you food, I want to tear it up like I haven't eaten in days.
I understand.
So like my Chick-fil-A order is exorbitant.
Nice.
My Chick-fil-A order does not need to be a sandwich and a spicy filet. But like, I need the protein. No, I don't.
I just want more.
Gluttony is a sneaky one.
It is.
It really is. Like if you okay, we've all been young and struggled in some way, shape, or form with lust or pride, envy. Those things are, I think, a little bit more easily recognized
Mhm.
in yourself. Maybe not in the moment, but especially now reflecting on my past, I can
Sure.
see moments with those. Okay, I can certainly see moments of gluttony too, because I happen to be 55 pounds heavier
Mhm.
than I am right now. But gluttony, like even in my present day, when I'm trying to be healthier, I can have severe moments of gluttony. And then it's the next day where it's like, how did I
For
not
sure.
catch that?
For sure. And I find it interesting too, like when I was a teenager, and even in like college too, even like new grad after college, sweets did not tempt me at all. Zero. And I don't know if that's maybe because like I was in such a a regimen growing up and a schedule, and things weren't in the house, and my parents were still kind of had their authority over me, and really just in the past like 2 years has it become more like a thing for me. Not a And it's not a serious thing. Like, I would not call
No,
myself a glutton. Like, little moments every now and then, but in a general sense, no. But I'm like, why now? And I think maybe it's just because like I I do have a lot more responsibility in my life. I think with responsibility comes stress, and like you and I've talked about before, we like our little like dopamine hit, or
mm,
that's good. It's easy just to like pop a Reese in your mouth or something like that. I also wonder too if it's like what I put in my body is like it's something I control. Like, there's not a lot of things you and I control in our day to day. We control all of our actions and what we do, what we say, and the choices we make. Obviously, we control ourselves, but we also have to take care of our families, and we have to go to work, and we have to go to practice and meetings and all these things. So, like, I think food and drink is something that we have complete control over that, and I think it's nice maybe to have that. Do you get what I'm saying?
I for sure do. I think you're absolutely right. I just the way it creeps into my mind, I view more so like I should have known better. I should have had more control over myself
Oh yeah, you
because
can't let it
for
control you.
me, just like you said, the responsibilities, the things that like you have to do them. They're not necessarily things that kick you in the ass every day,
No,
but
definitely not.
one after the other over the course of a week, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Drags you down, your energy gets depleted. I get in my head of like, I deserve this.
Yeah, okay, I get
Like,
that.
it's not so much all right, it's a harmless. It's like, no, like I worked all week. I should stop at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And that's a bad example because I never ever stop at Chick-fil-A unless Tess and I are getting it for dinner
Sure.
one night. But
Mhm.
it's stuff like that I can get in my head and it does kind of feel like a sinful way of thinking where it's just like,
Mhm.
you know what? No, you earned this. Treat yourself. And I didn't earn it. I worked the same Monday through Friday that everybody else
Right.
did. I just happened to go to a couple basketball games twice a
Sure.
week or something. But yeah, that's where I kind of am like, I'm better at saying, no, you didn't earn this. Go home. You got food at home. Like
Right.
your wife is cooking you beautiful food at home. She worked
Mhm.
so hard for you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Tess. And but I'm not so good at like stopping myself in the moment.
Got
That's
it.
why I have the regimented snacks
Sure,
now
man.
at home
Mhm.
because it was I'm gonna have my apple and peanut butter, and then I'm gonna have this snack, and then I'm gonna have that one, and then I'm gonna have a piece of bread with butter on it, and then oh wait, there's leftover chicken noodle soup in the fridge. I'm gonna have a
Sure.
bowl of that too, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, it's like 3 hours later, I'm sitting down having a massive bowl for dinner. Like
Right.
what am I doing?
I hear you.
Glutton. And so yeah, sorry. We're apparently here to talk about food, guys. So
What's up,
we should have like a bowl of popcorn and a couple of soda pops.
pops?
Anyway,
Yep. I hear you, man. It's I'm when I make up my mind, which I'm telling you, the eczema flare up made up my mind. Like, I can never let that happen again. It was horrible. It really, really was, you guys. If you have any experience with it, I'm with you. You have my heart. But I'm telling you, I so the mind is made up, check done. But it just surprises me, like how it just calls to me that little bit, and it
yeah.
didn't used to do that. And I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna hold my forts up, but I'm just like, damn, why?
Oh
And
yeah.
I guess it's just because, well, one, that's how our country makes it to be addictive and to have those
Sure
stuff.
does.
Sure does. So America doesn't set you up for success, folks. That's for sure. But it also, when I talk to my patients, the ones who really do like make these huge changes and lose like 30 plus pounds, I mean, it makes you respect the heck out of those people because
Mhm.
they do it, and it was way harder for them than any of the stuff that I'm talking about is for
Yeah.
me for sure. Very, very
I
impressive.
was unaware that dietary sugars and added this and that in our foods could cause a flare up. I don't know if that's something everyone knows, and I'm just silly for not knowing it. But
Mm,
yeah, I do feel for you, man. When the weather turns cold like this I get a little bit of dry skin on my hands. That's about it. But
We all have our crosses.
I know.
I try to offer it up a lot, to be honest with you. Like any of it, any little thing, offer it up, offer it up, offer it up. Pray God uses it.
I learned
But
things
yeah,
about Alex's health. Like when we did Exodus 90, I found out that he has
Raynaud's. Yeah.
Raynaud's.
I didn't know till Exodus 90, you guys.
And then now I'm filming this episode, finding out that I found out like last week that you were dealing with some eczema, and
Eczema.
it's tough, man. But
there are definitely way worse things for sure. But that is truly the worst little bit I've ever had before. So we've turned over a new leaf, folks. No
anyway,
more 3-week benders.
How was the wedding? You don't have to go too long, but
oh no, good.
Beautiful wedding. Sister was happy. Everything.
Julia's smile on Saturday was irreplaceable. You guys, it was really, really, really sweet, and I was really glad to get that time with my now brother-in-law. We had really only been in each other's presence like 8 times before this wedding,
okay.
Which is not the norm generally. I'm sure it happens to a lot of people, but would have loved to have more time, but I know I'm going to get a lot more, and it was just nice to get that time. I definitely feel like we bonded a little more, just had some good conversation amongst us, and got to meet his brother and friends of his. It was really nice, and the Basilica Cathedral of St. Stephen in Uptown New Orleans was spectacular. Always awesome to see a new church,
It was
much
just
less
his
a basilica.
Feast day, was it not?
The day after Christmas. The day after Christmas.
Okay.
The St. Stephen, he was one of the original deacons, the first martyr, stoned to death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was I just thinking? Never mind. Continue about the church.
Anyways, one thing I noticed, so the Monsignor who did the wedding, he hit us with the Gloria in Latin, knew every word.
I bet Charlotte might have as well.
She probably did. Lucy and I, though, I feel confident, were the only 2 in that church who knew all the words to the Gloria in Latin.
Thank
for
you,
sure.
745.
Thank you, 745 St. Michael's. How you doing? Didn't even need my sheet. But yeah, I was like, okay, we're
good.
I know where I'm at, and it was cool. It felt good.
Like something has to be done in Latin during.
Absolutely, yes.
I saw some pictures of the church though. It looks. I love going to old churches. I love going to cathedrals, especially, but New Orleans is not hurting for beautiful churches.
Not at all. They even still had the altar rails in, and I realized, they're stone. They're not going to get rid of those for sure. Definitely, yeah, no. So they're there for sure.
Okay, we just talked about gluttony and sin.
Woo.
I guess indirectly, directly. Who cares? You might disagree with this. Maybe we live different lives.
Ooh, pumped. Let's go.
But is there a part of you when you get to a wedding where you're just like, we should get drunk? Like, there's a part of you that's like, all right, I want to dance. It's going to be a party. I'm going to have one more drink than I probably should have.
That's fair. So, all right, folks, I'll level with you guys. This was a problem for me in college. I never, ever set out to get drunk, like to get blackout, do anything like that. That wasn't my MO when I started drinking. My problem was I would just never stop. Like I would just go until that happened without thinking about it at all, essentially. Both are not good whatsoever. But that was how I was. I was just excited and ready to have fun and would just keep going. And like when the night was over, essentially, I was just having another one. And that was my problem. Definitely don't and can't do that anymore. So going into the weekend thing is now I'm a father and it's happened to me once, but a hangover with children is the worst combination imaginable. And that is absolutely not, especially with 3, what I'm trying to do. So do I think, I'm ready to have fun and would be fun to like cut loose some more? Sure. But pretty fleeting thought. This weekend, I was like, I'm not going to feel bad any which way whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, for sure. So like I certainly did not. Least indulged in wedding I've ever been to, for sure.
Good. I asked because when my sister got married, I was already at the point of like, I'm going to have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
maybe. And I got to drive home, got the kid,
Sure.
and all the responsibilities that come with one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So that was probably the second wedding that I knew. Like, I don't want anybody listening to this thinking like this guy gets blackout at all weddings. It's like, no, that's not what was happening. Kind of like Alex said, it was just like if you're in the wedding, you get together with the guys, and I don't have to go into too many details. If you've ever been in a wedding, you probably know what I'm talking about. But my youthful days, I talk like I'm an 80-year-old man, but my my 20s, early 20s mostly, it was like, I was the entertainer. I don't know if you ever took, I can't remember what the personality quiz is,
Yeah, I think I did.
and it
Yeah.
gives you
There's like
your
5 different ones,
title.
right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
mine was the entertainer, and I was like, "No, I'm not." My wife was like, "You're full of crap." Yes, it is that, but I don't think I am that way
No.
anymore. You know, praise God, I've grown up a little bit. Anyway,
Yep. It was funny too on the rehearsal. Monsignor was like, "Don't drink before the wedding. I'm serious. If I smell it on anybody, I'm going to make you sit in the back. You're not going to be with us." And when I say like the back,
oh,
like this church was really long, you guys. All right. So like if you're stuck in the back, you're like, no one's even going to know you're there. That's what I mean.
ooh,
Yeah. So, yep.
good for
Yep.
you, Monsignor.
hmm
That's yeah.
But everybody behaved. Everybody
There's
was
been
just
quite a
fine.
few weddings at churches where some groomsmen were very thankful that was not said
No
because
doubt. Yeah. I don't think all Catholic priests would have the gumption to follow through on that one, but this man definitely seemed
yeah, he seems
that
pretty no
case. Yeah.
nonsense.
No, he was that's the words
I
right there.
wouldn't
Yep.
push that.
No
Mm-mm.
nonsense. Yep. So who took our parking spot this weekend?
Okay,
Did
funny
you double park
enough.
like you said you were gonna?
No, I was just kidding.
Ah,
So anybody who doesn't know, Alex and I both have reserved parking spots for 745. It wasn't free. We bid on it
it was
and
to
we
raise money for the
won.
church. Yep.
So a little fundraiser there, but it is really convenient. So you'd be shocked to find this out that Tess and I, we were late. Dean didn't sleep. I think that was the morning. It was like he went down. It was sporadic to begin with. There was like a couple hour chunk where he didn't sleep at all, and so we were fighting for our lives for a second, and he ended up sleeping until 7 o'clock on the dot.
Okay.
And so I was like, we woke up to the monitor, and I'm like, all right, so are we going to 10:30? She's like, all right, we're gonna have to go to 10:30. I said, okay, and like almost jokingly, I was like, or we could just get up and kick it into gear and get him out the door. And so she was like half asleep. She's like, no, that's not gonna happen. All right, we'll do 10:30. And I said, all right, well, I'm doing the wake window math. And I'm like, towards the back end of 10:30, he's gonna be having a meltdown.
Sure.
Like that he's gonna need a nap. She's like, okay, that's true. Well, we can do 5. We can do 5. And she kind of lays her head back down on the pillow, and I'm like, okay, we'll do 5. Except if he doesn't nap very well, then he's gonna go to bed really early. We need to get dinner started by 5. Like, and so she literally, it was about 7:05 when she rolled over and was like, "You really think we can make 7:45?" And I was like, "Get out of bed. Let's do it."
Let's do it.
And so we, like, as fast as we possibly could. I think we were about 5 minutes late.
That's really good, bro.
So
Nice.
the most roundabout way to answer your question, we pull up to the parking spots, and not yours. I usually take one. Who
Sure.
cares?
Yeah. One of the spots. Yep. Yep.
One of the spots has a taped sign for the Archbishop on it.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
one of us, if we were both in town, one of us was not parking there.
Timing truly is everything.
It
my
really
friend,
was. I
tell
was
ya.
like, dang. And I didn't get to see the Archbishop or anything, but
'Cause he was there for confirmation mass, right?
that's what it
And
was.
wasn't it the day before or Saturday?
Which would explain why the spot was empty.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, it was still up there, so maybe he wanted to hang around, and maybe he was helping out with 10:30 mass.
Maybe.
Poor Father Gabe's been working his tail off.
Yep.
I think Monsignor is back.
I think he's
but
back too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he would take some help at mass though.
Probably. Yes. Probably. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing like your home parish, especially one like St. Michael's, my friend. It's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't really think I'd ever think that, and then I leave town for a week, go to mass somewhere else, come back, and I'm really grateful for it. But like my mom went up to New Jersey for like over a month, and she came back, and she like you could just see it on her face, like, oh, it's so good to be back.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's like
Mhm.
there's nothing like it.
Yep. And sometimes too, you even like kind of think, am I back? You know, is it real? It's kind of fun. That always happens to me if I've been gone like more than 2 days or something like that. Um, and I just always I have to do everything like one time then to get into the swing of things. It always happens with work too, like, oh, what am I doing? And then once I'm like 5 or 6 patients in, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, even though I know what I'm doing. It's just funny how that happens. And we live and die by our routines, and there's good and bad in that too, for sure. But it's just yeah, very
I
interesting.
mean, I for sure have a mass routine. It's like,
Well, yeah,
you know, get up, same routine every morning, getting the kid fed and making sure Tess doesn't, have some sort of blood sugar issue or anything. And but when you get to mass, it's like routine and ritual is like all we're about.
of course,
You get there,
love it.
you come in, holy water, genuflect, sit, pray. The whole mass is a routine. Liturgy. I'm not downplaying it,
Oh
but
no, definitely not.
no, routines are good until you screw it up and then are walking down when Father Gabe is about to sit down and we're making a scene. But the kid's been good in church, so I'm happy about that.
Right on, right on. And hey, man, don't worry. You give him a little slack. He's not bothering anybody. He's the
No,
best.
he loves to make friends with people behind
There
us,
you go.
but it make a little bit of noise.
It's okay.
But you know,
It's fine.
we did run out of puffs though. We had to switch to veggie straws. Those are a little
Uh,
extra crunchy.
they are. It's
Yep,
fair.
like it's a good little pop when he bites into.
That first, just breaking bones with them
We're about
teethies.
to get up for communion, and everybody's as reverent as they need to be, and there's my son just chomping away, making as much noise as possible. I'm like, give me the veggie straw. You're not bringing that up here.
How many teeth does he have? Any idea?
Oh boy. So if I get this wrong and my wife listens to this when it releases, she's going to judge me lovingly. I want to say it's 6 teeth completely
Yeah,
through,
that's what I want to know.
but
Yeah, in
he
there.
is cutting, I think, 5 at the
Gotcha.
same time. Like
Yeah, I gotcha.
his bottom gums is super swollen, tops a little bit. He's got, some of the molars starting to poke through. So that definitely has to do with his spotty sleep lately. But it's it's a little heartbreaking. I have to have these ultimate like pray to Saint Joseph moments when I go
Mhm,
in the room
mhm,
because he's at the point now, and I knew it was coming, where when he cries in the middle of the night,
mhm.
it's mama, mama,
Oh,
mama.
man, he's saying it too.
And
Ooh,
so a few weeks ago, he would say it, but I'd go in and he would just kind of nuzzle up, snuggle, fall back asleep. I put him down. And I feel like super dad because,
right.
Tess didn't have to get out of bed.
Sure, I understand. I understand.
So I go in the last couple times though, and I go in and as soon as he can see my bald head walking through the door, he's just like, no. And he starts screaming, mama. And it just rips my heart out. So like I'm rocking him, he's pushing off me, the
Yeah,
gymnastics that
David's
go
doing it
on.
too. Yep,
And
yep.
so like I'm kind of part of my brain is like, I'm just gonna hug you and love you and pray over
Right,
you
yeah,
until
sure.
you settle down. And of course, that's the part of my brain that wins out. But then there's the other part of my head where I'm just like, please, Tess, hear him screaming your name. I know you feel horrible when he cries. Just get out of bed, get in here and save me because I can't handle this anymore.
I understand.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I get my good conversation time with St. Joseph in those moments because it's just like, St. Joseph, you would do this and you would get back in bed and you wouldn't even say a word about it.
That's fair.
I'm sitting there like, oh, I can't wait to tell her what he did. I
Yeah,
know she's listening to it anyway.
yeah, that's all good.
My
I
tangent's
understand.
over.
No, no, same thing, man. I go in and I know what's gonna happen. I just know, man, I'm gonna have to wear hearing aids because of you, David. That's
Oh
what I
man.
think.
When he really
Oh, when they hit
cues
it,
up
yeah,
on your
it
ear.
hurts, dude. Yeah, I mean, and
Mm.
then you get that little ring, and it's the sound of cells dying, something like that. But it just I I'm doing all this stuff to try and comfort him. I know it's not going to work most of the time, but I'm rocking him and shushing him, and I try to hum and get some vibrations going to my chest, try to calm him down, and he's just pushing back and cocking the head back and everything. And I kind of have to just make myself go numb, essentially. I'm still
Mhm.
doing it all, but I just like shut down the emotions inside and just do it a bit and then lay back down, try to see if he'll self soothe. We're doing that little bit of sleep training, or just do it until I know Lucy's going to walk in that door because he gets so rowdy that there's
Yeah.
just no other option. Yeah. But I just got to do my due diligence.
I was
I
laughing
wish he
so
liked me more,
hard
babe. I'm
o
sorry.
over at your house for dinner a couple weeks back, and David had started crying a little bit, and Alex said, "Yeah, I got him, I got him." And so, Tess and I were hanging out with Lucy, sitting in the living room, and a good chunk of time went by. I give you that. You gave it your all, and he just came out and looked right at his wife and was like, "Not a freaking chance."
Not a free
I
chance.
just,
That's all you. Yep.
I was so relatable in that moment. Like I wish I could have said that so many times, but I probably have. But
Hey,
one of the most relatable Alex isms that's ever been uttered by
thank you, brother.
you.
Us fathers are good protectors and, you know, trainers and providers, all the fun words we get, but nothing beats the softness of mama.
No,
That's just the way
I
God
have to
made
keep
them.
reminding myself that too. Of like, it's not that far down the road. I think for either of us,
Sure.
where it'll flip, and then it'll be like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy," all the time. I want to go outside. I want to go do this. I want to ride bikes. And you've
Oh yeah.
experienced
Oh,
some
I
of that
definitely get
already.
that. Yeah, for sure.
And I've had moments like this is not a poor me. He's obsessed with his mom because his mom is amazing and loving and caring and home with him every day.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
how it should be. He knows he knows who his number one fan is, right?
Word.
But when it comes time for him to continue to run around the yard and stuff, like Tess is preparing for what we've prepared for.
Hmm.
Like the shoe can go on the other foot.
No doubt.
So anyway,
Bro.
it's been really fun though. It's just it can be spiritually challenging because when
No doubt.
I try to emulate St. Joseph in my personal life, that's something I really, really struggle with, honest to God, is serving and trying to be the silent servant.
Right.
But then I can't shut up about what I did.
Mm.
And not in a braggadocious way, but like something in the back of my head, as soon as there's an opportunity, it's like, oh yeah, because I did the laundry, or like I'll mention it instead of
Sure.
just shutting up. And I know she's a beautiful, beautiful wife and woman, and she recognizes when I do those
Hmm.
things, whether I say something or not.
Sure.
But that's like the one thing I want to do better about is as I emulate Saint Joseph is be a silent servant. Just do with no desire for a thank you. But I struggle with it all
We
the
all do.
time.
Yeah, man. I think that's awesome. And yeah, certainly the mental gymnastics you have to do to just even attempt to do that is something. And also I go back to what I said earlier. It's a control thing. So much of your day, you know what you have to do and what you're going to be doing. And then you're also using this bit of like precious free time where you really get to pick what you're going to do and you're helping your wife. You're doing something
Yeah,
and so like, man, we all just want to be seen, you know.
that's a good way to say it.
We all want to be seen and we want to be, you know, I'm sure our wives want to be appreciated for what they do. I thank Lucy every single night for dinner. Every single night when we sit down, I've got to acknowledge it because we eat well and it's awesome, you know. Um, I know I can thank her more for more things too. Um, but yeah, I mean, we all want to be seen, but I do think if you're if you're doing the action, thinking about just getting the thank you, then sure, I think you have something to work on. But I know that's not the case. I know you're doing it to
No,
do it and to help. It's just afterwards, sometimes you kind of want to thank you. And I think that's not a problem. And I know you're not going to let it become the first thing. That's the thing.
right.
You're doing it to help
It's
your
that
wife.
little voice in the back of your head of like, I love what you said about like it is using some of the free time that maybe you or anyone in that similar situation could use to rest,
Exactly.
doom scroll,
Sure. You
any
can pray,
number of
man. I mean, if you
things.
wanted to. Yeah,
Pray, yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
any number of things, some good, some bad, some neutral. But it's when that free time is used sacrificially, I just need to be more prayerful in that moment because I do let that voice in the back of my head creep in of like, it's been 20 minutes.
Right.
Shouldn't even know that.
Sure.
Not only did I fold the laundry, but I put it away. And it's like, of course she knew. She was doing the freaking dishes, you dingus.
Right.
Like,
Sure.
she was busy too. We had every married couple with kids probably knows by now, like, if one's busy, you're both busy.
No doubt.
There's always something to do. Like, I got home today and Tess, bless her heart, home with the baby all day, and she gets like a half a second, and then what happens? He won't nap, so she's got to go take care of that. And it's like, anyway, always something going on.
No doubt.
I got to be more like the big guy on our logo right here behind us. But
so, okay, mentioned free time, mentioned prayer a little bit there. It's 2026 now, and I'm going to throw this at you. I got asked a couple times about Exodus 90, but doing it again. And folks, y'all have heard us ramble about Exodus 90 plenty, and we are absolutely believers in the positivity of that program.
If you've never done it, check it out.
Yeah.
It's not too late. It's already started, but you can join.
You can join it too, anytime. And there are a couple lessons from Exodus 90 that I'll never forget. I will take for the rest of my life for sure. But the reason I chose not to do it in particular this year is because essentially when I finished Exodus 90 and when I finished St. Michael's Lent, I asked myself the question of, okay, so what's going to change now? Like, what is the point of me doing this? Because like you can do, a workout program for a month or a diet for a month or Exodus 90 for 90 days. And you can check it when you're done and say, check, completed, done. But that's not the point. Anybody who has done any kind of spiritual regimen or has tried to grow in the spiritual life knows that that's the case. So I came up with new goals, new things I'm striving to do. I haven't been 100% perfect with them, but I'm definitely don't feel like I'm failing so far. But essentially, I didn't want to do the program and then ask myself the same question at the end. Okay, where do I go from now? I actually wanted to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing now, and trying to make it very realistic. Then have a plan for Lent too to make it a little harder, but then still be able to step back and keep with these positive changes. Certainly the wedding weekend definitely makes you slack off a bit, just with the whirlwind of it all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace there. But now settling back into the routine, I feel like, I'm back into that spot where I was before the weekend, and it's been good for me. So I was just curious, like for me, liturgy of the hours twice a day. I've been doing like morning and evening prayer. Sometimes it's evening and bedtime prayer, but I found it's really been nice at just keeping me centered. Giving God more prayers, more praise, the Psalms. I don't know many dudes who say they like reading poetry, but essentially that's kind of what they are. Doing the liturgy of the hours has been just a really nice centering experience. I also decided, okay, I'm going to start 20 minutes reading every day too, just reading something. And right now I read all theology, spiritual stuff. And then Lucy and I got back into our daily rosary. And then just keeping with these, once again, the eczema, the diet, clean it up entirely.
It all comes entirely. We've come full circle. We're back to eczema.
Back to eczema. I'm so sorry, folks. I really am. So sorry. But it's been good, and there's nothing on TV we're binging right now. Like sure, I watched the national championship, NFL playoff game or two, but like cool. It's nothing routine. I want the routine stuff to be the really good, important, lifting the heart, mind, body, soul, and then everything else taking a true, like much more backseat. So far so good. I just wanted to get your thoughts. What do you think about my ramblings there? Are you doing anything new or different? What do you got?
Well, first off, Hoosiers. Love seeing that. Truly like a very inspiring thing to see such a young, faithful, devoted Catholic on that stage, winning the Natty.
It's pretty awesome.
Ballsy play on 4th down.
Dude, it was awesome.
Like,
awesome.
That kid's got huevos.
No doubt.
He's got some huevos. Anyway, not here to talk about that for sure. I think what's next for Tess and I think we're going to kind of follow what you and Lucy are doing. I do really enjoy doing the liturgy of the hours. We've been it for a few weeks now, just doing the last one, the night prayer.
Night prayer.
And I want to say it's probably, I haven't looked into the morning one very much, but it's probably not much longer. It's I think it would help Tess and I stop hitting snooze 1 or 2 times if we have a bad night of sleep.
Fair.
And so I think that's probably next for us. You talk about the benefits of doing that together with your wife. And I love the intro that I read in the book that Word on Fire sent us. Again, guys, click on the link in our bio or in our show notes and go ahead and get your subscription for these monthly Liturgy of the Hour books. They're beautiful books. They're really easy to navigate through, but
Charlie Wilder texted me today, told me he did just that.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Good, Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on it too.
Love you,
man.
brother.
I love the intro where it's just like, how can you go wrong praying the exact same way that Jesus prayed? And then, so I was watching some sort of video the other day about how like amazing it is to go to Israel and to walk along the Jordan and to go to all these different places that our Lord had actually been. And the two just kind of coincided of just like, God, everything, it's so real. He's so real. I'm listening to a Pints episode right now that very much dives into scripturally and historically, like Jesus being a real person. And it's kind of like a weird kick I'm on now. So I do really like the Liturgy of the Hours. But we are going to try to soon probably add that morning prayer. I do miss praying rosaries with my wife. Almost all of my rosaries have come in the car Monday through Friday on the way to work. Tess and I have said a few together, but I would love to try to make that a weekend thing. It's so easy. I don't know if you agree. It's so easy for me to not pray them on the weekends.
Oh,
the
definitely.
Rosary. Like and Saturday, there's really not an excuse. There's not one on Sunday too, but I think in my head, it's like I just did the ultimate
I understand.
source and summit kind of worship. It's like
I go back to Our Lady, Fatima saying, pray the Rosary every day.
Every day.
Yeah. That's just what I keep going back to.
5 or 6 days, 6 on a good week, but I almost always miss one. So I think that's
me too.
That's another challenge that I prayerfully that I'm moving forward with in the new year. I have schedule permitting. I'm still going through the Bible in a year.
Nice.
We have made it through the divided kingdom era.
Okay.
And I am up to the Assyrian exile.
Yes.
And the Babylonian exile. And so very, very tumultuous, but historically just fascinating things. And so I'm trying to keep the desire for the scripture. I've really enjoyed the podcasts that I've been choosing lately because it's helping me dive more into scripture. And a lot of them have referenced things that I've recently read. So
cool.
Yeah, those are kind of my focuses right now. What about Lent? Okay, I know it's not tomorrow, but it's not far away.
Sure.
Historically, throughout your life, have you been more of a give something up, challenge to do something? Where do you land on that?
Very historical. It's always been give something up. In the past 4 to 5 years, it's been both. This year, I think I'm going to do like a full slate give up, like nothing essentially. And by nothing, I mean like, no treats, no booze. Like, I mean, just nothing, like that kind of thing. No TV, like really just, that's it. No exceptions. And then,
cold showers.
I'm probably gonna do one a week.
You're strong, man.
I'm gonna do it on Friday because Friday is my fast day. And I'm like, I should just add a cold shower too. It's 40 days. It's only gonna be 6 of them. I need to do it. So I'll let the Raynaud's fly on Fridays.
Fridays are for Raynaud's.
Fridays are for Raynaud's.
We'll print a t-shirt.
That is an awesome t-shirt idea, actually. That should be sticker, t-shirt, on hat. I think it's a great conversation starter, actually.
When does Lent start? Do we know the date?
Well, on Ash
We
Wednesday.
probably
It's
thank you, Alex.
sorry.
I'm gonna slap you across the
You
table.
should actually slap me for saying that. Hold on. Mardi Gras is February 17th, I believe. So February 18th, I believe, is the first day.
Okay.
If I'm correct, I believe that's
See,
it.
we
Yeah,
have a
February
trip.
18th.
We have a vacation planned for early March. We're taking the little boy down for his first time into the Disney parks. At least one of them, maybe two. But we also have our half. And
True.
Alex,
Yes.
we're gonna have a celebratory brewski.
No, we
when
are.
we're
Yeah,
done,
we
okay?
are.
So
We're definitely
you
going
can
to,
go
yeah.
cold turkey, but you're gonna have one or two with me.
Well, see, funny you mentioned that. So in talking about like sweets, booze, things like early in this episode, we were talking about that is actually what that is made for.
Mhm.
A beer, a glass of wine, drink is made for toasting at your sister's rehearsal dinner, or having, a beer, when you're home visiting your parents, you haven't seen them in 6 months, or finishing a very tumultuous athletic event with your boy. That is what it's about. It's about the intention, once again, going into the action. Intention is so huge. So yes, absolutely, we're going to do that, no doubt. I'm very comfortable with that for sure.
I'd be a little disappointed if we didn't.
Oh yeah, me too. I'll be honest.
Just have to have one with your wife and my wife, and
No
leave
doubt.
you out of it. Judas.
Yeah, Lucy would probably not even do it either too. Yeah, no, for real.
Alex is the DD, guys. We're hitting the town. There we go.
I'm gonna walk the strollers back after running 13, and you guys can go have your time. No, we'll definitely.
Are you
do that.
pushing the strollers?
No way.
No
way.
I'll tell you what could be. I wish I could have my dog. She pulls my butt pretty quick.
I did realize though that the spot on Green Street, Sanford, because Tessa and them will probably come to the house, and we're only 4 miles in at that point,
which will be a great time to take a layer off. So that'll be a really good spot.
Maybe, yeah. Chuck it at them, because we run right by them, so it'll be perfect.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was. Somebody was telling me, like, I have to look up all this stuff because we've never done anything like this. But the first, I did a practice one. You know this?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever told this story. So I did a practice one, and the night before, I was going to get up at 3 a.m, and I mapped it out. I was going to run from my house to Alex's house, which was exactly halfway.
Pretty wild.
Into a half marathon. So I was going to run to Alex's and back. And I told him the night before what I was doing, what I was planning. It was in the summer. And so he said, dude, like, are you bringing water or anything? Like, can I leave anything out for you? And I said, well, a water or like any kind of electrolyte drink would be awesome. And he said, it'll be on the porch. And Lucy made these little protein bombs, these little bites. She's going to leave one of those out for you too. I was like, this is super nice little energy jolt for the way back. And then Alex and I got our communication crossed because
no, Alex got his communication crossed.
I had offered Alex the chance of like, hey, if you want to jump in with me at the halfway point and run back to my house, then, we could both just hit both bathrooms, rinse off real quick, and I'll drive you home so you can get to work. But he never told me he confirmed to do that. So I got to his house. It's 4 a.m, give or take, pitch dark, not a single thing on the porch, not a water, not a Gatorade, not a snack, nothing.
I'm the worst ever,
and
guys.
I like the last, I think mile 5 and 6, I'm sitting there just like, oh, this water's going to be so good. So all of this to say, honest mistake, no hard feelings, but all of this to say,
I wake up and go get the stuff made, go to the front porch, and I'm sitting there waiting for him because I'm going to join him. I didn't tell him, and he beat me by like 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm like, lots of words that I'm not even going to bother saying because I'm lots of words I'm not going to say. And like, what the hell, Alex? So let him down. Of course, bashed my head on the wall for like 3 days over that one. And yeah. So
it wasn't
not great. It was terrible.
All of that is
terrible.
I've been told like, oh, you got to figure out like what little snack you're going to have during the race to keep your energy levels up. It's like, well, at least I know like I could do it if I don't have one.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
And I have you to thank for that. So
I'm just pushing you. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll bring snacks. You'll be like, oh, you want some? Psych. I'll probably have one little snack. And I know they're going to have like water stations and yada, 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 but we'll see.
I'm sort of going back and forth between podcast, a curated playlist of like my upbeat
Oh,
worship
yeah, for sure,
songs.
definitely,
And,
yeah. Mhm,
I don't podcast. I like if I'm running in my neighborhood, I'll throw a podcast on,
mhm.
and that's fine because I don't always feel the need to just push it, push it, push it. I can sit in that good heart rate zone, but if I'm trying to push it, like I need some music. So
Yeah,
I don't know where I land for the race. I'll probably just
I'm gonna do music. I need to add a
yeah,
few songs just to make sure I got enough time, but
yeah,
I I never listen to a podcast when I run. When I lift, yeah, but not when I run.
yeah.
I like having the
There were
music there.
there are some that I can do, and it just feels like I'm not even running because I'm just very into it. But
Yeah,
if it's not something that I'm like very invested in,
sure.
I can't do it. I
I
got
get
no
you.
music. But
Totally get you.
yeah,
We'll find out, my friend. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's
yeah.
coming along.
Traditionally, I think to go back to Lent, it's so much easier as a younger, like not as serious, your teenage years, younger years like that, to just say, I'm going to give up chocolate. And it's like, yeah, well, you have a piece of chocolate once every 2 weeks. You're so
Exactly.
courageous.
Sure.
But yeah, I agree. I try to do a little something extra for Lent, some sort of challenge. I don't know if I'm going to do everything that you said, but I'll join you on some of that too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Like I
I
said,
do
I
think
haven't perfected it, but I'm probably gonna write it down and have it. Yeah.
I do enjoy. Nah, enjoy is a weird word to use, but I do take satisfaction in completing hard fasting days.
Sure. No doubt.
So I don't know if it was Exodus or it was like a one or two Lents Easter seasons before Exodus. And it was like a very unhealthy part of my life. I was still a little bit heavier, not as heavy as I ever was, but
Mhm.
and I just said, you know what, like it's time for a change. And I said, I think it was Wednesdays and Fridays. I didn't eat anything. Now I wouldn't recommend that to everyone.
Sure.
Um, but it really did like it made me feel better
No, I understand
in
what you mean.
the oddest way. Like after a little while, you stop feeling such a
Mhm.
hunger pang in your belly, and you
Yep.
just
Well,
learn to accept it and offer it up. So
that's one of the 2 huge things I learned from Exodus, doing those readings about that while we fast, so you can lean on God even harder, and I did find when I actually did that, I figured out how to do that.
yeah,
It takes everything down a notch when you get into it helps you get into the prayer more and you really start, like it's like you're in this kind of wrap, and if you just it's like that's the hunger, the fast you're in the thick of it, but you're just like you crawl through it and like rip open those walls, and then like you're in that prayer and God's there just surrounding you, and it's all good. It's
it's a
all calm.
really
It's an interesting
powerful
thing.
feeling. It is to fight through that. And God bless her. My wife loves me so much. So every time I tell her I'm going to repeat a fast like that, she's like, "You need at least a protein shake or
Mhm.
something." And I'm like, "I don't need it," but I'm sure we can butt heads on that one or two
Sure.
more times.
They're just trying to take care of us. We love them.
I know
Love
it.
them, love them,
I
love
know
them.
it. But yeah, challenges as a faithful Catholic can really deepen your faith. So
Mhm.
I've enjoyed it in the past. And Exodus, like you said, I got a couple invites or at least probes to see if I was interested. And I just at the time of our lives right now with Dean and everything going on, it's not the best time for all the disciplines of Exodus, I think, for
Sure.
me. But
I get you, man.
yeah. But God bless all my friends who are doing it. You have my prayers.
Exodus brothers,
Every
have our prayers.
morning when you're taking a cold shower, or every evening if you're an evening shower kind of guy. I won't be nice and warm. So take that.
Being cold is hard, man. It
It
really
is.
is.
Maybe that'll be instead of cold showers, it'll be cold runs in the morning. Like
Ooh.
it'll be 40 straight days of at least a mile in the morning.
Hey, there you go.
Be a
You can
good
kill a
one.
mile. That'll push you real hard real quick.
Yeah, a mile.
Get that 6-minute mile, smoke it.
I'd be interested to go to a track and see, like, just
Oh, yeah.
if I just hauled it, how
Mhm.
fast I can run.
The last time I ever did that, and it was a while ago, but it was 6:40. That's what I did it in. So I think I could probably beat that now, but I don't know. I'd have
Yeah,
to really be hauling it.
my heart rate would be through the roof.
Sure.
And I'm not going to do that anytime soon
Yeah.
before this race happens. But
Yeah, fair. Fair. Don't wanna pull a hammy.
yeah, what What's something that you think that God is working on you right now? Is there anything going on in your life that you're just like, I recognize the nudge. I recognize the push or pull in one direction or another, and that's God's hand in your life.
Two things. The first is what we've talked about, just needing to actually deepen my spiritual life
Mm.
and pull away from the world just a little bit more and take another couple steps closer to him. I just it's time. I need to do it. I'm not going to grow if I don't push myself farther and harder. So and it's just so interesting the time of it because like with the whole indulgence of December and then the skin thing and just being like, whoa, like it was a little bit of a wake up call for sure. Um, so that, but even bigger, you've already heard a bit about it. Just my fatherhood. Um, I'm, folks, I don't think any father does realize how much being a father will challenge you. And sometimes my lack of patience and humility and self-sacrifice is truly astounding and makes you feel like the biggest, POS on the block. Um and don't worry, I know I'm a good dad and I'm trying and I speak to confidants and get good words of encouragement, but just trying to level up, trying to talk to our Lord, talk to his foster father and just ask for grace and get better in the nitty-gritty day-to-day situations. God is encouraging me. I don't feel like I feel like I'm the one doing all the bad talking to myself and the beating myself up. I feel like God's there. He's being patient with me. He's giving opportunity after opportunity to improve. Um, but it's hard just because like you do it great 10 times in a row and then you screw up the one time and you just feel like the one time is this like 20 steps back thing. And it's really not, but it feels that way, especially because they're just like little helpless kids, essentially. And you're trying to find the lines between discipline and raising respectful kids, and when is this reaction too far? Is it? Is it not? Promise, I'm not at home beating my kids or anything like that, but you just you know, it's not the you know I'm not losing my mind. I'm not screaming but it's just these little moments of clearly where you're annoyed, and I'm sure they can see it, and you just know you could respond a little better. So I'm just taking all the opportunities God is giving me right now and just trying to grow, trying to get better at them. And I'm so thankful for his patience and his mercy and his love. Um, but something a friend told me was just that the fact that you're trying and you want to be perfect, do it all right, is is just proof that you care. But obviously no one's perfect except for our Lord. So that is very comforting. I'll keep failing forever. Thank you, brother. You know who you are. I appreciate you. I love you. Um, so yeah, so it's all good. But this year I'm really trying to see real substantial change, more so than I've ever really tried before. So that's how God's working right now. How about you, my friend?
Well, before I answer that, I could just, I'm not in the Birch household all the time, and I know you're gonna hit me with probably off camera and hit me with something along the lines of like, yeah, but it's one thing when all this to say, my rambling way of saying, I think that's the one area of your life that you're exceptionally hard on yourself. And I think that's great in a sense because you're keeping yourself striving to be better and in the most one of the most important relationships in your life, your wife and your kids. Um, yeah, I think you're pretty hard on yourself. I think you're an incredible dad, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm.
Um, I agree. I do think a depth of relationship. I need to upgrade my depth of relationship with our Lord. Adoration would help. when my schedule gets, I hate saying this too, because it's like, go, just find the time. But gosh, it's so hard sometimes. And I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking that.
Not at all, man.
I look at my schedule. I'm like, I don't know when I could. And then I'm sure I'd talk to a priest that was like, suck it up. If you'll get up and run at 4 a.m, do it. So anyway, maybe I'll meet you on Wednesday mornings or something. But adoration would help. I want to challenge myself to do that, especially in the spring and summer. Daily mass, I can't wait until I'm able to do that on breaks from school, and especially in the summer. I want to do that at least a couple times a week. But I think this retreat that you and I are gearing up to lead comes at a really beautiful time in both of our lives. Anyone who's ever done an Acts retreat, every time it comes up, it usually says Acts retreat. No, ACTS, Adoration Community Theology Service. They are exceptional times. It's like a 3.5 day thing. And without spoiling every part of it, it'll deepen your faith life. Going on one as a participant will deepen your faith life, but leading one will do the exact same. I remember last year, Alex was a co-director. I was just on the team. And I remember we were sitting in the chapel at the time, and I don't know if we were saying a rosary or what we were doing. And Alex and I just happened to be sitting next to each other. And it was just this moment of like, we both kind of just looked at each other like, gosh, we needed this. Like,
For sure.
we needed to disconnect and just recharge with our Lord. So I think that is quite possibly going to be that little spark. I know for me personally, but I can speak pretty confidently that for the both of us, I think that'll be a really, really nice springboard into the improvements that we're looking for. So I look forward to doing that and leading it, and just a easy time for me to say, anybody listening, there's a lot that goes into planning, but there's a whole lot that we want covered in prayer for the men who are going to end up on our retreat. So anybody who's been for us, for our families, if you could just, jot down in that little prayer intention book the potential participants for our upcoming retreat and the team leading it, we would take all the prayers you got for
Very
that.
much so. Yes, they're important, and we believe in them. So thank you all. Yes. Oh, man, it's always so good. It really is.
It is. I can't wait.
Super excited.
It's I honestly think I might be ready soon to try to find a silent retreat.
Nice.
So, but I wouldn't do it without you. So
we'll do some research. We'll find one that is good, and then we can figure out the timing, of course. Yeah, but that would be awesome.
That could be pretty powerful for sure.
Someone I know well is really big on silent retreats and, spiritual exercises, etc. Patron saint of retreats. Just throwing that out there.
Who would that be?
Our guests already know. I'll leave it at that.
I don't have a guess.
I think our listeners already know. Good old Saint Ignatius of Loyola, my dear friend.
Are you wearing the socks?
No, I'm not right now. That would have been awesome if I was, but
would have been pretty cool.
Nope, these are plain black socks. That's okay.
Yeah.
He's around my neck.
Oh, is that what was jingling?
It's not bells.
Does your chain hang low?
Oh, yes. What a song indeed.
Chingy.
That's right, Chingy. Which is so close to chain.
I was a big rap guy back in the day, believe it or not. I got bored playing music at the school the other day. Because, there are over 700 songs on my playlist, and they're all screened to make sure there are no cuss words and things like that. But after 8 years of teaching, I've burned through that playlist. Like, I could sing word for word, like 90% of the songs on there. So I need to spice it up. So I went to rap instrumentals.
Whoa.
Yep. Oh man. Then they're so young they don't know it.
No, the kids must have been confused.
I'm like, if any of their parents walk through the gym right now, they'd be like, is he playing the next episode?
Yes, indeed.
Like, you bet I am. Don't worry, no words, all instrumental, but
Right
Gotta
on.
mix it up. I got a little Biggie instrumental on there. I got you name it.
You know, Snoop has a kids rap album with like he has
Y'all
the
sent me this.
clean up song, and my
Yep.
kids love it. It's hilarious. But clean up your toys. I'm like, Snoop
Snoop.
really has his hands in everything nowadays. I gotta give him
He's got a
credit.
cookbook. My
I
father-in-law
have it. Yeah,
has the Snoop Dogg. You have it too?
I bought it for Lucy for Christmas like 3 years ago.
Love it.
Yep, 3, 4. Yep.
His mac and cheese is actually fire.
Yeah, the orange chicken's fire too.
Really good.
It's really good. Yeah,
Should we have a Snoop Dogg cooking date one
that'd be
night? The four of
awesome.
us?
Let's do it
I'm in. We just have to listen to nothing but Snoop Dogg
for
music
sure.
the
That's a great
entire
idea.
time.
They do have a he has the recipe for his gin and juice in it too, of course. It's
Sipping on gin and juice.
laid back.
Oh gosh, I know what we're doing when we get off of this set.
Absolutely.
Out of this set, this elaborate set.
We're gonna play that song as loud as we possibly can. Throw it in the bed at Tess. Wake her up.
God, I thought you were gonna say at Dean. I was like, well, he's gonna wake up.
And he's gonna start going dun, 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 just with his foot in and out, in and out. He's gonna be jamming, man. I'm telling you.
It's funny though. What was it? I had the instrumental "Drop It Like It's Hot" come on.
Oh yeah.
And lo and behold, the third grader ran up to me and was like, "There are bad words in this song. You got to turn it. You got to change it." I'm like, "How do you know that there are bad words?"
His parents have him on the
You
right
should
path.
know this, but babe, I probably did when I was in third grade.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's a good point too. I know. Like, I can definitely remember being, well, not a little older, but like when Get Low came out, you know, engagement. Oh yeah, everybody knew.
When I was a
Everybody
kid,
knew.
I thought I was cool if I was cussing. We didn't call it cussing in New Jersey though. It was cursing.
Cursing, yeah. No, we definitely called that too. Yeah.
When it was like a weird change. Like I remember probably 4th or 5th grade. Weird the memories that pop up, but like I was in the parking lot at my school. There was a kid 1 year older than me, and every other word out of his mouth was an F or an S, and you name it, 4 letters everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I was just appalled by it. And then like the very following year, it was like I was that person at times. It wasn't all the time, but
yeah. I can definitely remember being 11 or 12 or 12 and 13, something like that. And just cursed way too much and just, it's cool, look what I could do, and that kind of thing. And looking back on it now, I know I'm like, I sounded horrible.
We were
what
cool,
a terrible
Alex.
thing. Yeah,
I'm sure we were
super cool.
The coolest.
Yes, like every 12 and 13-year-old is exactly.
Yeah, I had no bad haircuts at all. I was a handsome kid, didn't have any acne all over my face.
Exactly.
Handsome.
We both weren't gangly preteens or anything like that at all.
Pictures are hard to look back on sometimes, but it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun. Yeah. Everybody got to roll through. Here we are, my friend. Praise God. 2026,
way better than 2006.
2026. We've been 26 years now into the 2000s, 21st century. Crazy, y'all.
I know it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun. Alex has a birthday coming up.
You got one coming up. You kidding me? Yours is before mine.
I was kind of banking on you not knowing that, but
I definitely knew that.
Yeah.
Come on now. Who are you talking to?
Tess asked me earlier. She's like, "Do you know Alex's birthday?" I was like, "Yes, I do. Actually, we talked about it."
Yep.
So
it's right here in my pajone.
There you go.
Down.
Don't say. Why does that sound dirty? Your pajone?
Well, I was just, throwing out the P. It's a pajone. I know. Okay, I get what you're saying there because it's close to another word, maybe.
Sorry, I don't know. Maybe it's just late and I need to go to bed. But
details.
You said that. I was like, what did he say? I don't get it.
Lols.
Anyway, man. Yeah, guys, nothing groundbreaking here. This is just 2 dudes in a garage.
Literally, this is about as garagey as it gets.
We talked earlier today. It was just like, it's just time for a little bit of rambling conversation. Mm-hmm. 2 guys just chilling. And that's exactly what you got.
I think I really enjoyed it too, my friend.
Before we do challenges, it's going to be my biggest challenge is slapping a title on this episode. We have covered some ground.
Yes, we have.
Some of it didn't need to be covered. We covered it. All right. So, eczema.
That has to be in the title.
Eczema, Exodus 90, and exercise. There we go. Something like that.
Love it.
It's not going to be the title. If you've reached this point of the episode, you know that by now. But
if you've reached this point of the episode, comment eczema. Appreciate you. Bonus points if you spell it right.
Oh, shoot. All right. Challenges. I will say pray for St. Joseph's intercession for your fatherhood, for your husbandhood, for anything you need at home. Make it a daily thing. Let's do a 7-day challenge. I'm sure there's a novena. There's got
Oh
to
yeah.
be a St.
Well,
Joseph
certainly.
novena.
Oh, there is. Yes, absolutely.
And I think I've probably done it once. If you want to start that, that's great. Maybe that'll be the above and beyond option. But at least bring some of your struggles, trials, tribulations to St. Joseph this week and see what he can do for you.
Love it.
I have a feeling he's pretty tight with Jesus. Hunch,
I
just
bet
a
on
hunch.
that. Yep. Folks, I'm gonna ask a personal challenge. It's really just a prayer request, but if anybody's willing to do it, my wife's uncle, my father-in-law's brother, passed away very suddenly, 4 days ago. It was unexpected, and the family's in mourning right now. So please, if y'all will say prayers for Mark Brock, that would be very appreciated. For the repose of his soul and for his son, and all the extended family. Thank y'all for that.
We all are definitely in the Milana's prayers for sure. And speaking of prayers, we have had a few listeners reach out. Thankfully, so beautiful to reach out and provide us some of their prayer intentions personally. And we're always up for that. So if you're in need of some prayers, Alex and I will surely, gladly, happily do that for you.
It would be an honor.
Send
Please.
us a message, any social media app. It doesn't matter. You can get our email too on our website, but reach out if you have any of that. But yeah, follow through on Alex's family's prayers. Definitely need them. Guys, that's it. Like I said, Word on Fire. Click the link, order some good stuff for you, for the kids, for the wife, you name it. Liturgy of the Hours. It's catching on. It's coming back.
Yes,
So
it is.
Go ahead and hit that link. Get the subscription. It's really not overly priced. It's really
it's like
reasonable.
$8.25 a month, something
Yeah.
like that for the book for the month, and they send it to you on time. Exciting news though, Word on Fire is going to be within the next year or so coming out with their official revised, like the 4-set Word Liturgy of the Hours book. So I'm definitely planning on getting that set. That'll be my
Yes.
permanent set for sure. But
I'm gonna mark that.
Looks beautiful. They just have a little kind of teaser picture of what it should look like, but just like their Bibles and everything else, they don't do anything shabby. So definitely keep an eye on that. But for now, the Liturgy of the Hours monthly booklet, they have it all laid out. There's no flipping needed. So consider that investment. Consider it instead of some other subscription, or consider it instead of something else you buy even, weekly. It is not much at all.
Maybe substitute that Diet Coke you grab on the way to work every day or something.
There you go.
But yeah, those t-shirts aren't going anywhere either. They look pretty cool.
Sure
St.
do.
Joseph on your back. How can you go wrong? God bless everybody. We're out of here. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you next time.
You have our prayers. Thank you, guys. God bless.
That's the first throw of the new year. I'm a
Guaranteed.
little nervous.
Get after it.
Right over the top.
Right over the
That
top.
was on target, though.
If it was a plain landing, they'd be very thankful that you didn't hit the ground.